Good morning, students. Today we are going through the definitions of linearly dependence and the independent vector, and then some properties which are based on the linear dependence and the independence. Okay. So first of all, we start with the definition of a linearly dependent vector. So what is the definition? Let set a1, a2 up to so on am be an arbitrary finite set of vectors in V. The set of vectors a1, a2 up to so on am is said to be linearly dependent if there exist elements in a field F lambda 1, lambda 2 up to so on lambda n, not all 0, such that lambda 1 a1 plus lambda 2 a2 plus lambda 3 a3 up to so on lambda m am is equal to 0. So what is the definition of a linearly dependent vectors? If we have given m vectors, the set a1, a2, am, these are the m vectors given when arbitrary finite set of the vectors in V, then this set is said to be a linearly dependent. This set is said to be a linearly dependent when there exists a element in the field F, say lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda m, not all 0. This is very important. Not all 0 means what? Some element are non-zero or all elements are non-zero. Okay, so there exist some elements in the field of lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n, not all 0, such that lambda 1, this linear combination lambda 1 a1 plus lambda 2 a2 plus lambda 3 a3 plus up to so on lambda m am is equal to 0. Then this set of elements a1, a2 up to am, the set of these vectors are said to be and linearly dependent. The most probable or the important condition in the linearly dependence is what? The given set is said to be and linearly dependent if there exists some scalar in the field F lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda m, not all 0 means there exists some non-zero scalars such that this linear combination is equal to 0, but these scalars lambda 1, lambda 2 up to so on lambda n, out of which some scalar are non-zero. This is an important condition, or this set of vectors a1, a2, am are said to be and linearly dependent vectors. Okay, now the next definition is linearly independent vectors. Linearly independent vectors. So what is the definition? This is an converse of the linearly dependent set. Okay, so the set of vectors, the set of vectors a1, a2 up to so on am is said to be linearly independent if there exist elements in a field F, say lambda 1, lambda 2 up to so on lambda n, all 0, or there exists some element in the field F lambda 1, lambda 2 up to so on lambda n, such that lambda 1 a1 plus lambda 2 a2 plus up to so on lambda m am is equal to 0 implies lambda 1 is equal to lambda 2 is equal to lambda 3 is equal to up to so on lambda m is equal to 0. Therefore, this is an converse of the linearly dependent set. The set is said to be linearly independent when the set of vectors a1 into am are said to be linearly independent if this linear combination of these vectors lambda 1 a1 plus lambda 2 a2 up to lambda m am is equal to 0. When this happens, if this linear combination is equal to 0, then if and only if when this lambda 1 lambda 2 up to so on lambda m is equal to 0, if all values of all these lambda is equal to 0, then the given set of vectors is said to be linearly independent. Okay, so what is a linearly dependence? In the linearly dependence, some scalars lambda 1 lambda 2 up to lambda m are non-zero, but in linearly independent, all these scalars over the field f are obviously 0. Okay, this is the difference between linearly dependent and the linearly independent vectors. Now the next is note. So what is a note? First note is the set consisting of zero vector singleton 0. Okay, the set consisting of a singleton 0 is always forms a linearly dependent set. Can form a linearly dependent set. Okay, so what is a node? The set consisting of a zero vector singleton 0. Okay, any set consisting of a singleton 0 or the 0 element, this set is always a linearly dependent. Why it is a linearly dependent? Because for any lambda non-zero belongs to field f. Okay, if we consider the any lambda non-zero or the any scalar lambda non-zero whose value is non-zero belongs to field f, we have lambda into 0 which is equal to 0. We know that if you multiply 0 to the any non-zero element, okay, any non-zero element is obviously 0. Okay, so this scalar is nothing but the non-zero, but this is a condition of linearly dependence. Okay, this is a linear combination with a 0 of the scalar. Okay, but here we take lambda as a non-zero element belongs to field f, and we know that the multiplication of the any non-zero element with 0 is obviously 0, and this lambda is non-zero. This is implies this set is said to be, or lambda is non-zero. Therefore, this set containing a singleton 0 is always linearly dependent set. Okay. Now the next is the set singleton A, where A is non-zero. The set containing singleton element where this element is non-zero is always, this is a linearly dependent or linearly independent set, is always linearly independent set. Why this is linearly independent set? Since why this linearly independent set? Since we have to show that, what we have to show that? We have to show that this is a linearly independent set. Okay, that is, we have to show that lambda into, if we have lambda into A is equal to 0 for any scalar lambda belongs to field f. Okay, if we consider any scalar lambda over the field f such that the linear combination lambda into A is equal to 0, then we have to show that, what we have to show, lambda is equal to 0. We have to show that the set is a linearly independent. Okay, for this we have to show that this lambda must be 0. Okay, now suppose this lambda is non-zero. Okay, on contrary, suppose that this lambda is non-zero. Now as lambda belongs to field f, okay, and over the field every non-zero element has a multiplicative inverse, as lambda belongs to field f, therefore we know for each non-zero element over a field F, every non-zero element over the field F has an inverse. Okay, therefore there exists lambda inverse belongs to field F. Since lambda is any non-zero element belongs to field F and F is a field, every non-zero element has a multiplicative inverse. Therefore there exists lambda inverse belongs to F. This implies that lambda into lambda inverse is equal to 1. Okay, lambda and the inverse should be multiplied to it, therefore it becomes 1. As we have lambda into A is equal to 0, then multiplying both sides by the lambda inverse, this implies lambda into lambda A is equal to lambda inverse into 0. Lambda into lambda inverse, you know that this is 1. This implies A is equal to 0. Is this possible? A is equal to 0? No, because we have already taken A is a non-zero element. Okay, therefore here we got, if we consider lambda is non-zero element, okay, we have to show that lambda is equal to 0. On contrary, if we suppose lambda is non-zero, then we get a contradiction. Two element A is equal to 0, but we have already taken here A is a non-zero element. This is implies, which is a contradiction, okay, which is contradiction to our hypothesis, which is a contradiction to our hypothesis that A is a non-zero element. Okay, this implies any singleton set A where A is a non-zero element is always linearly independent set. Okay, therefore these are the two notes which are very important. If we consider the any set, or you have given the any set which consisting of a singleton 0 or the 0 element, this set is always linearly dependent. And if we have given the any non-zero element A, singleton A where A is non-zero element, then this set is always linearly independent set. Okay. Now the next theorem is statement the set AB is linearly dependent set if and only if A is equal to lambda B or B is equal to lambda dash of A for some lambda and lambda dash in the field F. Okay, the statement is what? Singleton AB is linearly dependent set if and only if A is equal to lambda B or B is equal to lambda dash A for some lambda and lambda dash in the field F. Okay, this is an if and only if condition. Now the proof is, first of all we consider this set AB is first of all we consider A is equal to lambda B or B is equal to lambda dash of A for some lambda and lambda dash in B, and we show that what we have to show that singleton AB or the set AB is linearly dependent set. We have to show that this set is linearly dependent set. And what we have given A is equal to lambda B or B is equal to lambda dash of A. Now first suppose A is equal to lambda B for some lambda belongs to field F, then we have as A is equal to lambda B, then take lambda B at this side. Okay, this implies we have A plus minus of lambda B is equal to 0. Okay, but by theorem we have minus of lambda B is equal to what? Minus of lambda B. This sign is outside. Okay, this can be written as this is equal to, this is implied this is A plus minus of lambda of B which is equal to 0. Okay, Then by using this, we know that minus of lambda b can be written in the form in the vectors as a minus of lambda into b. Why this happens? Because we know the theorem which is based on the properties of an vectors. Okay, this is nothing but the because we know that minus of alpha u is equal to minus of alpha into u. Okay, this theorem is already studied by us. Okay, minus of alpha u is nothing but is equal to minus alpha into u. Therefore, by using this property, we have minus of lambda b is equal to minus lambda into b. Okay, then put that value in that equation. This implies we have this a can be written as, here 1 is multiplied to a, this can be written as 1 into a plus minus lambda into b by using this fact. Okay, this can be written as 1 into a plus minus lambda into b, which is equal to 0. Okay, since 1 into a is equal to a, this is a property of a vector space. Okay, we know that the last property 1 into a is equal to a for all a belongs to vector space V. This implies this can be written as an 1 into a is equal to a, and by using this property we have minus of lambda b is minus lambda into b is equal to 0. Suppose this is an equation first, and therefore this is from equation first. This is implies that, therefore now look at here, we get a linear combination 1 into a plus minus lambda into b is equal to 0. But here we have to show that this set is a linearly dependent. For the linearly dependence, what we need here, the scalars which are multiplied to the elements of the set, these are non-zero element. Here we have no we doesn't know anything about the lambda. It is either 0 or non-zero, but we know that 1 is obviously always a non-zero element. Okay, this is implies since 1 is non-zero element, therefore thus this set AB is linearly dependent set. This is a linearly dependent set because if we have given some linear combination of these vectors AB, here we get a linear combination 1 into a plus minus lambda into b is equal to 0, and this linear combination is said to be a linearly dependent. When it is linearly dependent, if we get some scalar multiplied to that vector such that out of which some vectors becomes a non-zero, here we get a 1 which is multiplied to a. Okay, this is a non-zero, we know that the 1 is obviously a non-zero element. Okay, this implies this set is said to be a linearly dependent set. Now conversely, suppose that this set AB is linearly dependent set, then what we have to show? We have to show that a is equal to lambda b or b is equal to lambda dash of a for some lambda and lambda dash in the field F. Okay, now since this set is linearly dependent, now this set is linearly dependent, this is implies alpha a plus beta b is equal to 0 for alpha beta belongs to field F. Okay, this set is linearly dependent, then we have the linear combination alpha a plus beta b is equal to 0 for alpha beta belongs to field F. Suppose this is an equation second. Okay, now where as this set is linearly dependent, then either alpha or beta is non-zero. Okay, this set is linearly independent. As linearly dependent, if this linear combination is equal to 0, therefore some alpha or beta is non-zero. Now if alpha is non-zero, then we have, if alpha is non-zero, then alpha a can be written as, by using the second equation, we have alpha a is equal to minus of beta b. Okay, as alpha is non-zero element, there exists an alpha inverse. Okay, alpha belongs to field F. Therefore, as alpha is non-zero, there exists alpha inverse belongs to field F. Then multiply both sides by the alpha inverse, alpha inverse into alpha A is equal to alpha inverse into minus of beta B. Then alpha into alpha inverse is becomes 1, okay, which is equal to, therefore A is equal to, this becomes alpha inverse into beta minus of alpha inverse into beta into B. This is implies A is equal to, suppose this minus alpha inverse into beta is some element lambda into B, where lambda is equal to minus of alpha inverse into beta, which is belongs to field F. As this both elements lambda inverse and beta is belongs to field F, their multiplication is also belongs to field F. Therefore suppose this is on some scalar lambda which is belongs to field F. This implies A is equal to lambda B. Therefore we get here, we have to show that A is equal to lambda B, where lambda and lambda dash is belongs to field F. Okay, therefore the first condition is satisfied. A is equal to lambda B, where lambda is the element belongs to field F. Therefore here first condition is satisfied. Now on the other hand, let lambda is equal to 0. In first condition, what we have taken, in the first condition we taken either alpha or beta is non-zero. Okay, in that condition we consider alpha is a non-zero element, and in first condition we taken alpha or beta is non-zero, and in the second condition suppose we consider alpha is equal to 0 and beta is non-zero. Okay, the equation first becomes, the equation second becomes, from equation second what we have, as alpha equal to 0 and beta is non-zero implies that beta into beta or beta into B is equal to 0. Since beta into B is equal to 0,